Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I especially welcome those of you who are here for the first time. Thanks for stopping by. At the end of this video, do not fail to click the red button below and get subscribed. And then if you want to get notifications once I upload new videos, just smack on the bell icon, and that way you will hear the bell rings once I put new videos out there. And for the patrons and the subscribers, those who take their time to share these videos, as well as take their time to listen critically and provide me with feedback, I really appreciate that. That's how we grow, right? So thank you so much for your love and your support, and God bless you all. So today we are going to be talking about this our dear senator again. Last time we said a little bit about him when the incident in the adult toy shop happened, but today we are going to be talking about it on a different from a different perspective, like just an update. Okay, so Senator Elisha Abo, welcome on board, sir. You are highly welcomed. I didn't mean to bother you or even I just wanted, the sleeping dogs to lie, but things keep coming about you, Senator. So I just thought you should come to this forum so that we can just, deliberate and talk about it, and so that the viewers can also say, who knows, if there's somebody out there who have something good or bad to say, people can come out to your defense. Who knows? So this is without malice or prejudice. So guys, as I said, new things have started coming out. It's just so typical as human beings, right? When we are nobody in the society, nobody really cares about us. Even though they see you stripped naked in the street, people will just even pretend like they didn't even. I beg, I don't see you. They will just, pass by. Don't call my name. Don't say you see me. But you wait and become somebody. You will see everybody will start coming out. Yes, I know him. This is how he was associated with me. This is how we got it. People will just start saying everything. So this report is actually coming from one Eunice Ojukwu, who is claiming that her elder sister by the name Eucharia Ojukwu was Senator Elisha's ex-wife, and now she's, however, late. May her soul continue to rest in peace. So she died in 2013 of HIV. How did this HIV came about? I'm sure that's why we are here today to talk about it. So according to this Eunice Ojukwu, the younger sister to Mr. Senator Elisha Abo's, this slapping senator's late wife, she is coming out to say, and actually she gave this report to the Ikeja office of the Sun News, that she know Mr. Senator Elisha Abo to be Clifford Ishaku. Why the change of name? Oh no, I said Clifford Ishaku. Then now Elisha Abo. I'm saying, what's the difference? Which kind of 419 be this? Okay, he don't tell you for this business. Oh, you are a born politician, I bet you. So, and then he was a Muslim, and then he became a Christian. Probably, I don't know. Maybe that was the condition that the late wife gave to him. So he was a Christian, and that's what they know him at. And I know out there we have guys who are Michael when they are in Nigeria, and when they are in Europe, they are Jonathan. When they travel to Canada, they are Clifford. Any nation they travel to, they are something else. They are different. We have the 419, many like that. So that's why background check is always very important. So anyways, they know this guy as Clifford Ishaku. So now she said that they are saying Elisha Abo. She looked at the face very well and said, this man, his face looks familiar. So he's coming out to say that, this guy, this senator was actually married to her senior sister. And that her sister died of HIV. And it was later in the relationship when this sister was at the close, like at the point of death, that she revealed everything. So this is what happened. So Eucharia, according to Eunice Ojukwu. I wasn't there. It's the report that I heard that I'm saying, sir. Sir, if all these things are fake, because some things can be flying out there, I'm not saying it's real, but this is what I hear. I'm just reporting it just the way I heard it. So Eunice Ojukwu reported that the sister met former Clifford Ishaku, now Senator Abo Elisha, at an NYSC camp at Adamawa, where she was in service. So then this young guy, this senator was a young guy then, who was like, you know, running errands for, you know, prominent senator politicians and all that. So he came, he was in the camp for whatever reasons, I don't know, and he met with this late Eucharia Ojukwu. They became friends, from friends to lovers, from lovers he proposed to her, and they got married. But Eunice Ojukwu said months into their marriage, the sisters fell ill and became ill that never stopped. It became like a deteriorating one. You know, it degenerates to the point that she got admitted into the hospital, and when they conducted the test on her, she was HIV positive. And they later found out that this our dear senator at the time, I don't know if he's still there or maybe he's disappeared. You know, sometimes some things will just come, terrorize and disappear. So was infected with the thing now, HIV. And then, but when this late Eucharia Ojukwu confronted the then Clifford Ishaka, now Senator Elisha Abo, a senator beat her to the point of coma and said, "How dare you, you know, even tell me that at all?" He was okay. Nothing was happening to him because he was taking injection. He was, you know, taking treatment. Apparently, he knew he had, you know, the thing before he got married to this lady, and he was having the thing unprotected. And this innocent lady now didn't know what happened, what's going on. So she was just like that until she fell ill, went to the hospital, they did all these tests before she knew that this is what is happening. The thing has eaten her, you know, down to her bone marrow. But the senator in a way was safe, and supposedly still safe now, because he was treating himself from the day one. So if he had at least told the lady that this is the situation, they would both be taking on this medication, they can still live like normal human beings, still have babies, and everything will be okay. But he didn't say anything to her, so I guess that's why the sickness hit her so hard, and to the point where she died. And this Eunice also told us that before the sister died, there were several cases of, you know, emotional, physical abuse, and there was even a time that this senator came home with his friend and said, "Madam, come out, I beg, I want my friends to have a piece of the cake." Ah, really? So, given all these things, it was not even a surprise now that he came with three, not one, not two, not three, to that adult shop. And we all know what goes on there in a place like that. So, you know, there are still some, you know, correlation, some kind of agreement between what this Eunice Ojukwu have told the report, the news agency, and what actually happened. And the beating of a thing, he didn't just started it with that slap with that woman, with that nursing mother and sex in the adult toy shop. He didn't just start it. According to Eunice, Eunice said he was doing the same thing to his to the sister a lot, beat her to the point of coma. Anytime the sister wants to leave, the senator will say, "Ah, not be here, where are you going? Ah, we must do it to the end." We beat her up, and at a point they have to say, "You know what, deal with it yourself," and eventually the woman died. So this our dear senator that you see there on the screen, I don't know, but that's what they are saying, but not to offend the senator, just in case. So that is just the update. So guys, we see people out there, we don't know their true insight. Is there any way like the government can really at least do some you know, thorough search, background search? Not just somebody who come with Kudi, or because of godfatherism, or because you know who is who. They will just pick you from nowhere and say, "You know what, go and represent this thing." They will back you up, and they will make sure that you win it. Given all this background, all these things that we are hearing about this man, we all know what's going to happen there. And he just become a senator, not even like, he wasn't even a senator yet. He was just a senator elect. And we started hearing all these things. And now he has covered it up. And you know what? This guy might just continue to have his way. So guys, given this little, update that I've just given to you about this senator, from what you already know about what happened with the adult toy shop, to what we just updated you about that happened between him and his first and late wife, Miss Eucharia Ojukwu. What do you think about this senator? What more are you expected to see? What more are you expected to see? What I want to say here is this, and I hope this serves as a lesson to the people in power too, that at least for once, when to be qualified for any position in the government, there really has to be some kind of background check. Like here in the Western world, for instance, I remember when I got my first job, they will check you, the police will do their own check to make sure that, you are able to work with the vulnerables, you have no criminal record in the past, so many checks. And even the agency itself will make sure that you don't have any history with them. Like, you understand? If you, for instance, you want to be a police now, there has to be like some enough check to show that you yourself, police never arrest you before, put you for jail. You understand? Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, what kind of checks, what kind of background checks do they normally do before they say, is it just bringing money, or is it just going by your last name, or is it just going by who you know, who your godfather is? I mean, with all these things, how can this country, how can the country Nigeria ever change if we do not for once look at other criteria before we start, qualifying people for some political positions? Apart from, who is your godfather, what your last name is, which ethnic background you belong to. I mean, there should be more to that. Having seen everything that happened, and all the ones that are there now, we never check their we never check their real history. If you go and check their background, you will be amazed things that they have done. Somebody who is like a criminal, for instance, now, and for one reason or another, he finds his way into the government. How do you think he's going to be representing his people there? Somebody who is a rapist, for instance, now, and he finds himself in the legislature, do you think he's going to make laws against rapists? Somebody who is a kidnapper, for instance, now, he finds himself in the legislature, do you think he's going to be against kidnappers? Somebody who is a hardened criminal, who has no human feelings, if they find themselves into that legislative seat, what kind of law do you think they're going to be making there? So we should, I think that would be a good place to start. Somebody like this, my honorable senator now. It's nothing against you. I'm just analyzing the things that is here before my table. Somebody who, patronizes adult toy shop. Who patronizes, women, harlots. Somebody who also, in support of, using your wife to do kola nut, for instance. Can the woman cry out? Okay, the last time, for instance, this man is, I don't want to use the word a born abuser. We all listened to when he was in the Senate with the ad hoc community that consists of, how many of them? 6 men or 5 men, and just one woman, Mrs. Remi Tinubu. You see how he was talking to that woman in the Senate, like, this is a ad hoc community, set aside to see into your case, see how they can help you, or how they can at least try to fix the image of the Senate. You see how he was talking to that senator? You see how he was talking to her? Like, this man, there's no calm down for him. I didn't see any remorse in him in that, conference, in that meeting that they were having. And I can imagine what would be his take when they are making decisions or laws or passing bills that relates to women, because he obviously has no respect for women. From the little we've known about him now, I'm sure if his current wife or wives will come out and say something, you will kind of be holding your head and say, now so it be somebody so young, and you can see the radicalism in him, how radical he is, his ideas. God help us all. I say, now that we have known our enemies, God save us from the hands of our friends. So guys, I think I will stop here for today, and I will bring you more updates. Stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you sometime soon again. Thank you so much for your love and for your support. Until I come your way again, I remain your one and only Miss Continental. Bye for now. Bye.